Hey y'all, it's Onika, and guess what? Santa decided to bring me a cold for Christmas, but I'm rolling with it. I just wanted to wish everybody out there a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. This upcoming episode is on gratitude, and what I'm most grateful for this year is my friends, my family, all my loved ones, and all my listeners. So like I said, you guys have yourselves a very, very, very happy holidays!
B, if this were your last moment on Earth, what would stand out in your mind as the most important moment?
Oh my gosh. Why do you always ask me these deep questions?
This is a deep show, B. Like, get with it. Just look inside yourself and find that moment.
That would be the most significant moment?
Most important moment.
Most important moment?
Yeah.
Being born.
Being born. Because after that, nothing else really matters. Because had you not been born, there would be no other moments.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good answer, girl.
Yes.
I like it.
I got that dish. Got that. I got that dish. 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 I got that dish. Got that dish. That dish.
Hey, y'all. It's Onika.
And it's your girl, B.
And you are dishing with Dainty Dish. How you doing today, B?
I'm all right, making it through one day at a time. How about
Making the
you?
way in the world today takes everything you've got.
Honestly.
Wouldn't you like to get away?
You're not me, but I appreciate it.
I thought I felt it there in that moment, so I thought I would go with it.
How about you? How are you feeling?
I'm doing good. I'm I made a big mistake this week. I and if anyone out there, whether you have a mental health condition or you don't, this will give you one. TikTok.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want TikTok ever to endorse my show at all at any point. It's dangerous. It's the most dangerous thing going on the internet. Wow. If you guys don't realize it, I'm letting you know. TikTok, 3 hours on TikTok.
Yeah, you have time. I don't have time.
That's the thing. Like, I have like copious amounts of time on my hands to be doing this nonsense, and I have work that I could be avoiding. So, like, chapters are not getting done, proposals are not getting done. Like, I'm just on TikTok. That is seriously a personal problem. That's definitely a personal problem.
I mean, I went on after you told me about it. After you sent me like 9 videos.
I sent her 9 videos, guys,
in the middle of the evening,
like just randomly. As I got on there, I discovered that you could share the videos, and I was sharing with you and Kanika.
Oh wow. No, I can't. I'm happy my phone broke because I probably would be on there myself. So, yep.
Yeah, it's dangerous. But on the upside, I've exercised a lot more this week than I have in a while.
Oh, really?
I took a class at One Strength, One Academy in Toronto. Shout out to Jesse. Thank you so much. I got through your entire routine. It was like 6 stations. It's like 6 stations, and you do like weightlifting and leg work and arm work and like all the works, right?
Oh, you going in?
You go in like you're lifting like 35-pound weights and like it's crazy. And so there's 6 stations and they're at 6 minutes each. I have to do like maybe 3 or 4 sets in that 6 minutes. So I never make it through Jesse's workouts, and I made it through this one. So shout out to you, Jesse. Awesome
You're doing
stuff.
Something good. You're doing something good.
And then I did a yoga class this afternoon. Yoga. I got just in touch with my body. You know what I mean? Like,
or just regular?
Just regular yoga at my office.
Oh, okay.
In our facilities. Outside yoga instructors. It was cool. It was cool.
I miss Pilates.
I was never a fan of Pilates.
I loved Pilates. I
found Pilates to be like the rich man's yoga.
Hundreds are intense.
It's more of an intense form of yoga. I like the laissez-faire-ness of yoga. You know what I'm saying? Like
Fair.
The relaxation of yoga. The fact that nobody's judging you in yoga.
Are they really not?
They're not.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
One
It's good
girl
to
fell
know.
asleep today, and like, I didn't judge her. I didn't judge her. You know, nobody's judging you in yoga.
Oh.
And you feel a sense of, wait for it, gratitude. The
Why did
topic
you
of the day.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm like, why did you have to say it like that?
And the question I asked you at the top of the show was a question based on gratitude. Like, what moment are you most grateful for?
Yeah, being born.
And you said being born, and
It's the
I kind
ultimate.
of want to steal your answer.
Oh, of course you are.
Of course, why wouldn't I?
Mm-hmm. Reword it at least a little bit.
Coming into this world.
I don't even know why I gave you the task.
Coming into this world. You know I'm always up to the task.
Oh my goodness.
You know I'm always up to the task.
All right, so what about gratitude? What are we doing today with gratitude?
Well, first of all, we're going to do the news flash.
Oh, newsflash.
Newsflash. All right, let's start with vents. Actually, are we starting with vents? No, we're not. Science. This is from Psychology Today. Science says you shouldn't wait for things to go well before showing gratitude. So, what do you think of that?
Yeah. That's like, I want to say that's like a Christian staple.
A Christian staple.
Yeah, like that's a belief.
Yeah, we shouldn't postpone gratitude. And you can learn to jumpstart gratefulness even when you're not in the mood.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
like when they say, like, you know, don't just pray for things you want, pray and say thank you type of thing. Like,
say please and thank you.
mm-hmm. They are the magic words. If you want nice things to happen.
They're the words that should be heard.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, please and thank you.
They're called the magic words. So
Use them in the morning and the noon and
Of
night.
course,
And it's the best way to be polite. Oh,
I
did it. I remembered it. Barney was a staple in my house.
oh my gosh.
So by making a deliberate effort to express thanks in good times and in bad times, you build resilience and a mindset that's capable of weathering adversity.
That's fair.
That's very fair.
Mm-hmm.
And there was an interesting quote by Robert Emmons. He is the leading gratitude researcher. I didn't know there was a researcher for gratitude until I researched the topic myself. But he said, in fact, it is precisely under crisis conditions when we have the most to gain by a grateful perspective on life. In the face of demoralization, gratitude has the power to energize. In the face of brokenness, gratitude has the power to heal. And in the face of despair, gratitude has the power to bring hope. I thought that was lovely.
That's a lot. That's a lot for gratitude.
That's a lot. You'd be surprised on how much you're going to learn about gratitude today.
Oh my gosh, I'm prepared.
Are you prepared?
I'm not prepared, but I'm prepared.
I like another thing that Dr. Emmons said that I appreciated. It was remembering the bad, but it's not like you're remembering the bad to ruminate on it or to like focus on the negative.
Mm-hmm.
You're remembering the bad times so that like you can see where you went right in those times, like how you recovered from those times.
Mm-hmm.
So you're thinking about like what were the resources that you used, and also it helps you focus on the things that you have now as well. If you look back and you remember the bad, you'll always be grateful, or you should be grateful for the positive things in your life.
The steps
right
that
now.
you've taken to get to the point that you are. Because
Exactly.
if you're not backwards, you're forward. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, I like that one.
More thoughtful than how I could have said it. That's for sure. As you see, I just broke that down and I'm like, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
That's okay. You know I'm a wordsmith. So a big thing about gratitude, and we'll get into it, is gratitude journals.
Yes, you love this. This is your thing.
This is my new thing. I've never honestly, I hadn't kept one, and I'll go into this in more detail in the show, but I hadn't kept one until about 3 weeks ago, for a very, very long time. And I've seen the difference, and I'll speak on it shortly. But the 10 grateful journal prompts for when you're really feeling grumpy. Do I want to do that one next? No, we'll do the other psychology today one.
Oh my god!
So I'm all over the place today, guys.
You came
Just be
prepared,
grateful
though.
for me. I came prepared.
Just be grateful for me.
Be grateful for me. And B and L. So the hidden power of gratitude. This is another Psychology Today article. So it reports that scientific findings reveal that when we make a habit of focusing and appreciating the positive parts of life, we can enhance our overall health. And we will talk about these more as in depth, as I said in the podcast. Better sleep. So there was a 2009 research that discovered gratitude predicted greater subjective sleep, quality of sleep, and sleep duration with less daytime dysfunctions like naps or daytime fatigue from lack of sleep.
All just for being grateful?
All just for being grateful.
Oh, wow. Let's see what
and
else.
I'll tell you how in as we progress in the show. But we're in newsflash right now. So lower stress and depression. So a 2018 study looked into the interaction between gratitude and depression in university students in China. And they have found that it has a negative, which is really a positive. Like in, you know how medical, they do the negative for, it's a positive if it's bad and a negative if it's good? You know? Like.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. So
Okay.
it has a negative influence on depression.
Okay.
Which
I
is really a
understand.
okay.
Yeah.
And it counteracts the symptoms as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so showing gratitude.
It seems like such an easy thing to do, but I guess people don't do
People
it very
don't
often.
do it
so
very
it's
often.
Not, yeah, okay.
It promotes healthy eating habits, and this one I can attest to. I can attest to this one. There recently was a group of high school students from 4 different schools that were involved in a study in which their goal was to eat healthier. Some students were asked to write gratitude letters while tracking their daily eating habits, and the findings show that students that expressed gratitude reported healthier eating habits over a long-term period.
See, now I'm going to just start being grateful for everything now.
Yeah,
'cause at this point.
count your blessings.
Yeah.
And heart health, number 4. So these are like the big 4 that I've seen, but it's always physical, mental, emotional, like all that stuff. But heart health, a group of patients suffering from hypertension were enrolled in a 10-week gratitude-based intervention. They experienced statistically significant decreases in their blood pressure.
Okay, that makes sense. Like, if you're not stressing.
If you're not stressing because you're grateful, then
Yeah. Okay.
all right.
So everybody that has, high blood pressure, just stop stressing.
Stop stressing and be grateful. Not that you have high blood pressure. That's not what I'm saying. That's the darker side of gratitude, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just dropping all the nuggets.
You are. Like,
Just all the seeds.
how are you
like
just
a
going to
baby
drop all
bird.
these gems
I
and
just
just...
want gem dropping. Sorry, that's a shout out to Amanda Seals. Don't worry, I'm not stealing your stuff, girl. If you're listening, if you're not, you will be. Don't worry about it. So the Vent magazine one, this is my favorite one because I'm going to start doing this immediately. So it's 10 gratitude journal prompts for when you're really feeling grumpy. Number 1, I've been fortunate enough to, and I'm going to shoot them to you because I want you to answer them.
Oh my gosh.
I'm putting you on the spot.
You always do this.
I
See,
do this. You have to be sharp.
I
You have
was
to be
preparing.
laser sharp
I was
when it comes to
preparing.
me. Laser sharp.
Listen, my surgical precision. Like, let's go.
Let's go. Okay. I've been fortunate enough to
Get up out of my bed this morning.
Okay. Your favorite thing is, and you can list 3 if you want.
Seeing my children play together. My favorite things, like, okay, oh my gosh, define things, like,
Things.
other than like
Favorite noun. Person, place, or thing.
that's what was okay.
Favorite
so
noun.
my favorite thing, so seeing my kids play together, my phone. That sounds terrible. I don't know.
At least you
my
put your phone first.
No, of course not. Like, I don't know. And my phone's broken right now, so like it's not my favorite thing. I don't know. Like, that's such a weird. I don't know. I don't have favorite things.
Okay. For me, for the first one, I've been fortunate enough to have a team support me in my mental health.
Okay.
My favorite things are my teddy bear Bernard that I've had for 27 years.
I'm not even gonna expose you right now.
Ellie hasn't met Bernard. I've hidden him away every time he's come because
you don't.
There's steps. You know what I mean? Like you can't just meet Bernard.
No,
you know,
just be
you
happy.
can't just meet
Just be
Bernard.
happy.
You have
Just
to
be
like
happy.
warm up to
No.
the idea of him.
No,
So
just be happy. It's okay.
my teddy bear Bernard, all of my old journals, and I would say you.
Oh, I'm one of your favorite. I'm a favorite thing, eh?
You're my favorite little thing.
No, I wasn't for a long time.
For a long
so
time,
that's
I couldn't
nice.
stand her. But now she's my favorite little thing. Sweetie pie.
Whatever.
What people have done for you. So something that someone's done for you.
My parents, they've given me a roof over my head.
I'm going to second that motion. I'm going to say my parents because they gave me a roof over my head before my mom kicked me out. And then
I love
they
how
also
you, like,
gave
just
me my
throw that.
education. I just threw that in there. Sorry,
Just-
Mom. Like, they need to know the facts, okay? But they did provide me with a roof over my head till the age of 30. I should have been gone long before. But yeah, and they provided me with my education. So yeah, awesome parents. These are love letters to yourself. Thank your mind.
Oh,
How would you thank your mind?
I can't thank my mind. My mind's on one all the time.
Your mind's a battlefield.
It's a battlefield. It's on
battlefield.
one all the time.
I thank my mind for not being manic
Oh, that's
for the last 3 years, 3.5
good.
years. Thank you, mind, for not going into mania. Thank you to the doctors as well. Thank your body. My body's betrayed me. This one's not going to work for me. My body's completely betrayed me.
I thank my body for giving me 2 beautiful children and
Oh,
not
God.
looking like it.
She doesn't look like it, guys. She doesn't look like
So-
it. I look like it. But, she looks
so
great.
salty to yourself. Like,
I'm
how
so
could you?
salty.
How could
No,
you say
I
such
think-
treacherous things.
I thank my body for having an awesome rack. Like, I said it and I meant it.
Oh
my
gosh!
So that's my love letter to myself. The only part of my body that I can appreciate in this moment.
You're so
My
ridiculous.
lovely rack. Reflect on your friends. So, like, thank your friends. Who do you want to give a shout out to that you never give a shout out to?
I'd like to give a shout out to Six. I'd like to give a shout out to Dysh. I'd like to give a shout out to Bella. I'd like to give a shout out to Fati. Oh gosh, you're putting me on the spot. There's so many other people.
And why do you want to give these people shout outs?
They always put up with my shit. But not even so much so, but just like they're always there for me when I need somebody. Like, you're not my friend, you're my sister, so don't get all
I'm not getting
Don't get all salty.
I'm
Don't
not
get
getting
Toronto Road
salty. I'm not getting Toronto Road salty over that because that's friend. I'm your sister. I'm your number
exactly.
one OG.
Yes.
Like, original gangster.
So yeah.
For me,
And my significant other.
Of
It's
course.
Like they're
'Cause
not
that's
really
your
my
best
friend.
friend.
That's
That's
my,
your
yeah,
best
he's
friend.
my best friend. So
yeah.
yeah.
So for me, it's Mames for sure. Franny. Oh, and by the way, Franny, if you're listening, and you should be, and if you're not, I'll be discussing it with you later. Thank you so much for my Christmas birthday gift. She gave me a bookmark that said, "Keep calm, blah blah blah" on, and it was her name, and I can't say it because we're airing to thousands of people. And but it said it was just a picture of her, and it was really cool. And I get to see her every day now, and it makes me happy. And she sent me a Christmas card with the boys on it. So, hello Maxie, hello LWR, hello Brady. They're included in, and Big B. They're included in my that's her husband, Big B. They're included in my reflection. And then Mamie and Ralster and the kids, love you guys all. Thank you so much. And Kinney as well. Kinney, and who else do I have?
See, doesn't it put you on the spot?
Yeah, it does.
See,
Those are my oldest friends. Leslie, of course, Christine. I know we're not as close as we used to be, but I was her first patient. She's a psychiatrist now. And I was her first. She said I was her first head case. So will always love and appreciate her. To my new friends, Nadine, who's been on the show, and Emily, who's been on the show, and Augustina, who's been on the show, for supporting me on the show and outside of the show, and always sharing opportunities with me and loving me and laughing with me and just being my new friends that will become old friends one day.
Aww.
Yeah. That one.
Lip quiver.
Lip quiver, teardrop. Be grateful for being grumpy, B, because you're a little grumpster today.
Yo, I'm always
Toronto Road salty today.
I'm not. It's not even about being salty. It's about why you like why you
Why you?
like why you.
It's okay to have a bad day, but be grateful because it's a part of being
I'm
human.
still grateful. I'm still here.
Negative feelings are part of being human.
Of course. Why? Who are you telling?
I know you know, girl.
Exactly.
I know you know, girl.
Exactly.
So your basic necessities, like things that people around the world just don't have that we do. Like
my
clean
phone?
Water.
Oh,
like, no,
okay,
necessities.
okay.
Like clean water,
like
a bed to sleep in, a toilet. Like, I'm grateful for my toilet. Like,
yeah.
you know why.
Yeah, of course. Like, everybody knows why, but yeah.
I'm grateful for my toilet, and I'm grateful for my apartment and my job and the money that it provides me to live in Toronto. Like,
yeah.
I'm grateful for all that, people. Believe that. What are your basic needs that you're grateful for?
Like I said, a bathroom, my bed.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really my bed because I have 2 kids, but I mean, my bed.
a place to lay your head at night.
A place to lay my head at night. Water to bathe my skin.
Water.
I brush my
Running
teeth.
water.
And food to feed my belly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Food. We live in a first world country, so we have first world problems. So
Yeah.
I'm grateful
And
for
my
my first
phone.
world problems. That's what I'm grateful for. Your skills and knowledge. Do you want to go? Like your skills and
that
your
I'm
knowledge,
grateful for?
things that you have that you possess as Bianca A. Dainty that other people don't necessarily possess or do as well as you do. Your skills and your knowledge. Like cake decorating.
Yeah, cake decorating, creativity.
What do you create? Just tell the audience.
I hate when you do this.
Your graphic work. I know more about you than you know about you.
My graphics, my cakes, my
business cards,
DIYs,
your logos.
I'm just creative as a whole. So
Your creative
all my
expression.
creative skills, I'm thankful for, and my communication skills.
Which are
really shoddy right now. This is what happens when you're just
trouble getting your point across right now.
This is what happens when you're 2 kids.
The mommy brain kicks in.
My problem solving skills, knowledge,
Your easy temperament.
my easy temperaments, my patience. I always hear that my patience is like great in some regards. So, and knowledge, I don't know, for all the knowledge that I've attained over the years, from street knowledge to book knowledge to common sense.
Knowledge. This girl grew up in Ajax.
Street knowledge, you know what I mean? Like things that aren't in books, like life knowledge. Street knowledge.
N Block.
First of all, I never called that place N Block. Don't ever bring me into those things. That's what it was called, and I said I don't live in any such place. I don't live there. It's disgusting.
Anyways, after a while, thank your journal. So you need to start gratitude journaling.
And then just thank them at the end of
Thank
it?
the journal. Not at the end of the journal, just at the point you feel the journal needs to be thanked.
Oh, jeez. I'm starting to feel like I don't have any type of gratitude at all in my life.
Well, what is gratitude? What does it mean to you?
Being thankful.
Mm-hmm. Showing appreciation.
Oh, you see, this is where your words come in. Being thankful probably is.
Seeing the glass half full rather than half empty.
Yep.
And it's a shift in your perspective.
Yep.
And a conscious choice.
Yep. All of that. What you said. I'll have that. I'll have that with a side of water.
With a sip of water, which I think I will take a sip of water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you always go into depth with words. Like I'm just
because I'm a wordsmith. That's my game. My game is words. Like I'm full of them.
Go on now. So you've already described everything when it comes to gratitude.
No, but what I really want to know is because you're saying, oh, I don't feel grateful right now. But like, why do you think gratitude is important?
It gets you through the day. If you're grateful for something, and you're not always miserable, it gets you through the day, I guess. Okay. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
What would you say?
For me, I think it's mostly been important for my mental health. It's not just, it does get you through the day, definitely. But when you're feeling like your lowest of low, and you could just find something to hold on to, like something to grab onto in relation to gratitude and something to be grateful for in like a shitty situation. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a lot. That like it's like that quote that Emmons was saying. Dr. Emmons was saying, like it can really pull you out of the depths of despair when you're feeling that. And I've experienced it. Like I know what that is like, being in like so emotionally and mentally low that there's nothing I feel around me to be grateful for. Like even life, something as simple as life, you need to be grateful for. Like, but I can't feel any of those feelings when I'm not well.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So yeah,
your mind's not in the space to be grateful. Be
it's
thankful
not in the
for.
space.
Yeah.
It talks about it in the research I did. It's called the darker side of gratitude. Because when you're so depressed or you're so low, or let's say you're in an abusive situation, you don't want to necessarily show gratitude in those situations because it can make the situation worse. It can make you stay stuck in that situation. Right? So that's like the darker side of things. You could stay stuck, and that's not good for anybody. But it's been proven that it can help things like depression and anxiety and stress. It's... I don't know. Gratitude is just one of those things that...
There's a lot of layers to it.
There's a lot of dimensions to it that people don't understand. I read something somewhere. What was it? Gratitude was the memory of your heart or the memory of mankind.
It's the memory of your heart.
Yeah, it's the memory. It's like a heart, almost like a heart muscle where if you remember to do this thing, this one little thing every day, it's like your heart will continue to pump. If you just remember to be grateful every day, positive things are going to come your way. You're going to feel good internally and externally. You're going to see your situation change. You're going to see your life change. You know what I mean? So... And it's like the conscience, instead of harping on the negative. And it's like the conscience of mankind just working. Like actively working to consciously feel grateful for the things that we've been given and for the things around us. Even somebody in a war zone right now has something that they could look at and be grateful for. There's something. I'm not saying it's not a dark place to be in, but there's something that you can hold on to give you hope in that despair.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just like, I was really focused on what you were saying.
You're really focused.
Yeah, like
laser focused.
Yeah, I was just like, could you imagine someone at war being actually grateful for something? That's how I'm like, yo, this girl really like, yeah, they must be. Or else they wouldn't keep going on. Yeah.
They wouldn't keep going on.
Jeez, makes you think, eh? Makes you think about here.
So, there are a couple proven benefits of gratitude I want to talk about.
Okay.
So it opens up the door for relationships. So something as simple as saying thank you to someone for holding the door for you.
Because I get sour when people don't hold the door for me, eh?
Yeah. Oh, so I get Toronto Road salty when nobody holds. If I have bags in my hand too, and they don't hold the door, like
No type of autopsy.
none whatsoever. Like, oh my gosh. No, but it can help build relationships. You say thank you to someone who's done something for you, or you show gratitude to a new acquaintance, like saying thank you to them. It'll keep them coming back for those feel good dopamine, which we'll talk about. Those feel good endorphins and dopamine going through their system because you've said thank you. You've given them a smile. You showed them that you acknowledge that they are there and that they did something for you.
I don't always smile with everybody, but
I know you grin.
I give a little smirk. Yeah.
It's like a little smirk. Gratitude improves psychological health. Sorry.
I was about to say, what?
Psychological health.
I guess
Health.
it could, too. It could.
It reduces a multitude of toxic emotions like envy and resentment, frustration and regret. Research shows that gratitude can effectively increase happiness and reduce depression. So this to me almost seems logical because I've practiced it myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it almost seems like a logical thing, next step. When you're feeling low and you're feeling depressed, there are certain things that doctors seem to, or counselors or your psychologist, just write down some things that you're grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that every single day for a month, you'll notice you'll feel differently than you did, at the beginning of that month. You'll have a different outlook on life, a different perspective almost.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, so I can see like this, how it can help you psychologically.
Yeah. Because it's like a recommendation almost, so.
Yeah, and resentment and frustration, a lot of that comes from just, and I'm going to call it out because I always call it out, social media.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, because
frustration, envy.
Everybody has people to compare themselves to.
Yeah, the human comparison situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's just completely irrational, but people feed into it and people buy into it and they feel completely low. It completely lowers their self-esteem and their sense of self. And, it's hard to feel gratitude when you're looking at your life and it doesn't look the same necessarily or as good as those around you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you count your blessings, remember that song Grandma used to sing?
Yeah,
Count your blessings anyhow.
Oh,
name
that
them
one
by one.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, that's not the song.
I thought that was the song.
Count your many blessings, name them one by one. Then it will surprise you what the Lord has done.
What the Lord has done. Count your blessings. I'm sorry. I really miss my grandma, guys. I really miss my grandma.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so gratitude enhances empathy and reduces aggression. So empathy, meaning you can relate to a person what a person's going through, even if you haven't gone through it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to sympathy, when you've gone through it and you can relate to what they're going through.
I'm very empathetic.
Yeah, so it increases empathy and decreases aggression. So, like, even if someone was to say to you, like, Bianca, I don't like your hair today.
Okay.
You'd just be like, okay. But you wouldn't, but, like, someone else that might make them be like, what do you mean you don't like my hair? Like, what are you talking about? Like, just get aggressive, like, immediately. Like, I just did this hair. It looks good. What are you talking about? Like, they'll get aggressive immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But when they've been showing gratitude or keeping some type of gratitude checklist for themselves, they find themselves to be less aggressive in those situations, even when dealing with criticism.
So maybe I do have this gratitude thing down a little bit, because I would say okay if someone came up to me and said they didn't like my hair, I'd be like, and And?
You'd say it with attitude, though.
And?
So we talked about this in the article from Psychology Today, but I'm going to just go over it again. Grateful people sleep better.
That?
Try it. I want you to try this. I mean, you have a kid, though, like, so you're never going to sleep that well anyways.
Exactly. So
but I've been doing it. I do my gratitude journal right before I go to bed, right before I meditate. I write on a couple things I'm grateful for. Like I said, I've been doing it for the last couple of weeks. I feel good about it. My sleep is not as disrupted, I find. Mm-hmm. And I find that like I'm not getting up in the middle of the night to eat something, which is what I normally do in the middle of the night. Yeah, I know. It's awful.
It's life. That's what
it's life.
That's what people call a midnight snack. So.
Midnight, yeah, but mine usually consists of a full meal. Or raw spaghetti. One of the two.
What?
Like,
okay, pause. Continue on with what we were talking about because we're not getting into that. That sounds very unhealthy.
It is unhealthy, yeah. Doctors told me so last week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I do weird things. But you get better. You do get better sleep. I've noticed my sleeping is improved since I've been keeping my gratitude journal. You just go to bed at peace with yourself. Like, you just go to bed feeling just
like woosah.
Woosah. It's out of my system. The day is done. I've experienced whatever I've experienced and I've needed to experience for the day. And now I'm going to show gratitude for the things that happened to me throughout my life, throughout my day, in this moment, whatever the case may be. Like, it feels good. Gratitude reduces pain. I don't know if this is true because my body's kind of aching me right now, but I did a yoga class earlier. That could be the reason.
Yeah, most likely. Most likely.
I stretched it out.
Don't blame it on the gratitude.
Don't blame it on the gratitude. So, 2013 study indicated that 16% of patients that kept a gratitude journal reported reduced pain symptoms and were more willing to work out and cooperate with their treatment procedures. So, 16% of patients, that's, I don't know.
It's better than 0%.
It's better than 0% of patients, I guess. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So 16%, they're working their way up there. It was 2013. It's probably gone up since then.
Yeah.
I just couldn't find the study. That's all. But yeah, it reduces pain.
I can imagine that people are focused on getting better, doing what they need to do to get better, right? As opposed to just being lethargic after an injury or something like that. And or, not doing the right things.
That's true.
So that makes sense. Better outlook, better result.
It improves activity in the dopamine circuits. So feeling grateful increases the brain's production of dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter that's a part of the brain's reward and pleasure-seeking circuits.
You sounded excited about this earlier, so I know what's going on.
I'm pretty excited about this because I feel like people use so many different drugs to try to get this feeling, this high.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Like, I feel like when I show gratitude, it gives me I want to say a rush, because I'm letting someone know. You feel good.
You feel good. I'm letting someone know I appreciate them. I appreciate all they've done.
Yeah, and for me, I know all the listeners probably have heard you say it already on the podcast, but you don't say I appreciate it to somebody. You say appreciate you. Appreciate you. And it's the oddest thing, because you never hear anybody say appreciate you, but she explained it to me one day and she's like, yeah, you say appreciate you because people want to know that you appreciate them and not not just the act you did for them. So I was like, I guess so.
I got appreciate that from, shout out to Jersey. That was all him.
Appreciate you.
He says appreciate you to just about every doggone person he meets on the street when he's walking the streets. Trust me. Appreciate you. So after 8 years, it got stuck in my head. So now I say it to call center people. I'll say it's
and it makes their day.
It does. I'll say it's like Agnes, the cigarette lady across the street. Like I'll say it to anybody. And I mean it every time I say it, because especially if someone's done something for me, gone above and beyond. Like, they didn't have to stop and hold that door. They didn't have to, move off the seat from the bus or whatever the case may be. They didn't have to do that. They went out of their way to show me love. I'm going to show them that I appreciate them.
Fair.
Let's see. Oh, we talked about this one before. It improves self-esteem. And we know how it improves self-esteem, because if you're doing the comparison thing on social media, like we were talking about early, that's what lowers your self-esteem. But if you show appreciation to yourself, such as complimenting your mind or complimenting your body, self-love, showing gratitude is self-love, and it's showing others love too. So you won't be so envious of what other people have or what other people are doing in the world in that moment that you're not doing. You won't experience the FOMO and all that nonsense.
Oh gosh,
that people experience FOMO.
So would you put, seeing that you're always you're supposed to give gratitude, be grateful, like, would affirmations go into that category?
Affirmations are gratitude. Yeah, you're affirming something in your life or something in someone else's life. Yeah, that's gratitude.
Okay,
you do gratitude affirmations.
I'm pretty sure.
Do you do affirmations?
I do.
Really?
I do.
Like
sometimes,
what?
Yeah, like just. Like, I just have conversations with myself. Like,
I talk to myself all the time,
and people think I'm crazy for it.
No,
but, like,
the mark of a crazy person talking to themselves is when someone answers back.
But don't you
That's
answer
when
yourself?
you know. That's the true mark of insanity, when someone answers back. No, when someone answers back, not when you answer back.
Okay, so
you're good.
Yeah,
There's only room for one in the family.
Like,
boosts physical health. Gratitude can lead to heart health. We talked about that. Dietary behavior changes. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
Kicking unhealthy habits like smoking and exercising. Expressing gratitude can improve eating habits and what does it say?
You wrote it.
I don't even know what that says. Never
Let
mind.
me see. Come on, the listeners need to know.
They need to know what I wrote.
They need to know what you wrote. We're invested now. Where are we? We're right here. Can improve eating habits and cut down on unhealthy habits like cigarette smoking and alcohol abuse.
Thank you.
There we go. You see?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Sometimes I have trouble.
That's very welcome.
That's what my sister's here for.
I'm happy I could do that for you.
Hey. So onward and upwards. 12 ways you can show your gratitude. There's not really 12. A lot of these are repeat ways, but I wrote them all down.
I was like, my God.
And how much more gratitude can we take? Don't worry, we're almost through. Journal about things, people, and situations you're grateful for.
So gratitude journal.
Gratitude journal. Think about someone you're grateful for. Just think about them.
Just think about,
Just thinking about them. Just saying thinking about you.
That
Send them a Bitmoji.
Oh, okay. Was that a jab? Do I not send you enough Bitmojis?
No, you don't actually.
Oh, okay. I felt that. I felt it.
I hope you did. It was a shot to the heart. And you're too late.
Oh my gosh. No, you can't keep trying to do this.
I can. Write a gratitude letter to someone you are thankful for. Consider sending it or giving it to them in person.
Ooh.
Meditate on gratitude. This is what I have not done. I did this today in yoga. I meditated on gratitude. It was my intention that I set.
So how do you meditate on gratitude? Because that sounds kind of interesting.
I just closed my eyes and thought about, like, as I was breathing in deeply, inhaling and exhaling, I just thought about the things that I was grateful for. So, my job, my family, my podcast, different things that I was grateful for kept, kind of just coming in and out of my mind as I did the yoga and did the positions and meditated, in that moment in Shavasana. So that's kind of what I did.
Oh.
Do the count your blessings episode.
Ooh.
Do the count your blessings exercise. Write down 3 things you're grateful for at the end of each day, which again is it's a gratitude journal. The whole blessings one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done.
Oh my gosh.
Count your blessings.
No, continue. I shouldn't have started. You see? This is why I don't start.
You started it. Practicing thank you in a real and meaningful way. So not a fraudy, fake way. Like, say thank you and genuinely mean it from your spirit, from your heart, from your soul, from your gut. Mm-hmm. Write thank you notes. Challenge yourself to write 1 handwritten note every week for a month, which actually involves you going out to buy thank you notes.
Oh,
and
my gosh.
They're kind of hella expensive, especially at Indigo.
So just, get a plain piece of paper, cut
and
it up
just
into
fold
some...
it in half.
Yeah.
I think I could do that. I could try that one.
Of course.
Be mindful of the 5 senses. How do they enhance your life? Be grateful for your 5 senses. Because if I couldn't taste right now, oh my goodness.
Why did you go straight to taste? You couldn't go to see?
Well, I'm already half blind, so.
Oh my gosh.
There's blindness in our family. I'm already halfway there.
You're wicked.
But taste, I like food, girl.
Go.
Yeah, your 5 senses.
Oh, okay. So, I need to,
Oh.
inopportune.
Okay. I get it.
Yes.
Create visual reminders to practice gratitude. So post-it notes, things like that. Focus on the good that others have done for you on your behalf. Actions lead to gratitude. So smile, say thank you, write gratitude letters, volunteer.
Which I have to start doing more.
Absolutely. And give something up so that you will appreciate it more. It's like your phone.
Well, I did. It's being fixed right now. So I've given it up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the dish on gratitude is, if you're not doing it, you better start in 2020 because we've got a lot to be grateful for in this country. We see the shit show going on in America. Thank you. Hi to my cousins in America. I really feel for you. But we see the shit show going on down there and all around the world. And we're lucky to be in the country that we're in, living with the people that we're living with. And I'm grateful for each and every one of the people that are listening right now and those that will be listening. I'm completely grateful for you. And just show your gratitude. Show your gratitude to those you love, to those around you. And the key thing I like that I took away from this episode was just say thank you. Saying thank you is important. Thank you to strangers. Thank you to loved ones. Thank you to friends. Just making sure you show them that you appreciate them. And start saying appreciate you. You could take that from me. I don't mind it. Say appreciate you to anyone you meet. Anyone who does anything kind or sweet or caring or loving towards you and just uplifts your spirit completely. Just show them a little bit of love and a little bit of gratitude. All right, so B, I'm going to turn it over to you to wrap it up.
It's my time.
It's your time. This is your moment. So I'll just let them know if you want to get a hold of us, maybe start just sending us notes of gratitude. Not about us, just like in general. I mean, notes of gratitude
for us to share,
and to like and to love. Let them know how they can reach us.
So if you guys want to reach us, you could reach us at dysh at daintydysh.com. That's DYSH at DAINTYDYSH.com. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts,
give us a 5, you deserve 5.
And if you're listening to us on any other form of streaming service, thank you so very much. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to get a hold of us on social media, mine is ThatMotherBadXO. And I'll spell it for you guys. So it's ThatMuvabadXO. And if you're looking for Onika, it's
at Best of Onika, BESTONIKA.
Okay. And that's that, right?
Yes, that is that. All right, guys. That has been the dish of the day. And I hope you all have yourselves a very, very, very happy hump day.